So this is just your weekly reminder to go follow us on all of our social media platforms on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube at Nothing But Controversy, and on Twitter, it's NB Controversy. Go to nothingbutcontroversy.com to read the articles written by our two main dogs over here, Shaner and Cam. And if you want a link to all of our social media platforms, click the link in our Instagram bio.
This is Nothing But Controversy. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Four guys on a podcast and we're talking about sports. Nothing But Controversy with Matt, Dawson, Cam, and Shaner.
Well, what's up, guys? And welcome to episode 25, the quarter century mark of the Nothing But Controversy podcast.
I can't believe it's been 5 episodes since the draft special.
Unbelievable. Felt like it was yesterday. We're going to talk about it today, too, because I'm going to bring it up. All right? But anyways, we are officially 100 on the dot days away from the start of the NFL regular season when the Dallas Cowboys visit the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I believe it's in Tampa. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure it's in Tampa, but yeah. Anyways, let's go over the schedule for this week's episode. A lot of stuff happened, so we're going to start with This Week in Sports. Go to our question of the week, then introduce a new segment called This Might Be Crazy, but ... Then we go into our bold prediction of the week, and then we bring back You Ask, We Answer, and then we got trivia hosted by my main man Dawson. Then we're doing top 5 colleges you'd like to play football at. And then we end the episode off with our lock of the week in terms of betting as usual. So let's hop right into This Week in Sports. And boys, the Habs did it. Oh my God. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about first. This Habs-Leafs series that concluded yesterday. It's always a great day when the Leafs get eliminated from the playoffs. But it's even better when the Montreal Canadiens are the ones to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact that they did it this way, which makes it so much better. Before we start, Dawson, if you can, I'd like you to please roll the clip of my bold prediction of the week last week, just so everyone's reminded of what happened. My bold prediction is that the Habs are going to win the series. All right? Okay? This is me patting myself on the back. And after you guys just watched that little clip there, just so you guys know, at that time it was 2-1 in the series for the Leafs. We were watching Game 4 as we were filming, and that's the game they got blown out 4 or 5-0, whatever it was. They got shut out to make it 3-1. So thank you, Habs, for making my freaking bold prediction look legit. But here we go. Yeah. Okay. If you want to talk about him, you can talk about him.
Idiot. Fuck him. No, he doesn't deserve. Shane, me and Craig Button will be the undercard for Shane versus Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
So for those who don't know, Craig Button basically just, before the series started, said the Habs are definitely not going to win 4 games against the Leafs. They probably can't even win 1. Then when it was 3-1, proceeded to say that started laughing at people, said he was laughable if you think that the Habs are still in the series. And today came back on the Jay Onright show and tried to put up his fences and say, "Whoa, I don't believe in jinxes. The Habs just played really well. They adjusted. Toronto didn't adjust. Trying to make it see." Shut up. Anyway.
Shut up.
Here we go. Okay. So for those who don't know, if you've been living under a rock, the Leafs blew a 3-1 series lead to the Habs. Games 5 and 6 both featured overtime where the Habs scored. And Game 7 was quite honestly a defensive special performance by Montreal. It was a masterclass. Defensively, it was ridiculous how much they dominated the Leafs. It was crazy. But anyways, here's some facts about the series. Some facts I wrote down. Some facts about the series and some facts about Maple Leafs history. So, if you're a Toronto Maple Leafs fan, you may want to cover your ears. Austin Matthews had 1 goal in this series. That's 40 less than the amount of goals he had in the regular season in 62 games. Mitch Marner had 0. The probably second most lethal duo in the league, I'd say, combined for 1 goal in a 7-game series. There's a problem there. They blew a 3-1 series lead against a team that scored a total of 4 goals in games 1 to 4. 4 goals. Games 1 to 4. They still lost. Okay? The Leafs never led on the scoreboard after going up 3-1 in the series. Okay? One thing to know. They played from behind the entire 3 games that they lost. Phil Dano absolutely fathered Austin Matthews in the series. Shut him down completely. You want to know how I think Mitch Marner played? That's what I came up with. He played like the guy you let join your scramble in golf. Even though you know he's shit, but you just let him putt first because you know he's going to miss it, but you want to read the line on the green. That's how bad he played. He played like that guy. Okay? That's how bad Mitch Marner played. Okay? Carey Price babysat the entire Maple Leafs lineup, okay, and became the first player earning over $10 million a year to win a playoff series. That's a new record. To put it into perspective,
weird record.
17.
It's the stupidest record ever.
Yeah, I agree.
Anyways,
I keep seeing it all day today.
anyways,
irrelevant, but anyway.
after series number 1, okay, out of the whole NHL, 17 out of the top 18 highest paid players in the NHL are sitting at home watching round 2.
That's crazy.
The only player that is in that top 18 is Mr. Carey Price.
That's crazy.
And for the record, here are some legitimate numbers. The Leafs have now lost 7 straight playoff series and 8 straight games where they could have eliminated their opponent. 8 straight with the chance to move on. And you've lost 7 straight series. It has been 19,755 days since they last won a cup. It's been 6,252 days since the last time the Leafs won a playoff series. It's been 465 days since they lost to a Zamboni driver playing in nets. And now they are 32 days away from setting the record for longest Stanley Cup drought in NHL history.
Damn.
It is brutal to be a Leafs fan right now, and it's a great day to be a Habs fan. Listen, I was the only one out of the 5 of us to say that the Habs are going to move on, and to be honest, I just thought of it the way that I've grown up watching hockey, where the Leafs just choke in the playoffs. There's just something about it.
Yep.
Their team gets better and better, and they still find a way to blow it. There's just something about May that screams the Maple Leafs sucking.
Yeah.
So congratulations to all you Habs fans. Sorry to all you Leafs fans, but to be honest, I don't want to hear it because when you guys were up 3-1, we were hearing everything. And now it's just like, it's laughable. It's just so funny. I was laughing the whole game last night, honestly. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I have to say about that.
Well, Matt, I kind of alluded to it before with Craig Button, me being on the undercard for Jake Paul versus Shaner. But Jake Paul's going to have a fight before then. I know you wanted to touch on it a little bit.
I was going to bring that up too. But
I know
He
you
needs
wanted
that
to touch on
warm-up.
it.
For all you fans out there, he needs the warm-up because he's scared.
What do you have to say, Matt? I haven't, like I said, I don't know much about it yet, but.
Okay, so Jake Paul, 3-0, fought against
3-0.
a YouTuber, a 5'8" basketball player, and a
Retired
UFC. Let me just go over what I wrote here, okay? So he will be fighting in his next fight. Apparently, it's August 28th. It's slated for. He'd be fighting 39-year-old Tyron Woodley. Okay, Former UFC welterweight champ. Welterweight is the 170-pound division. Okay, just so you know, keep that in mind. Tyron Woodley, 19 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw with 7 KOs, okay? This guy is a good striker. Okay? He's not like Ben Askren who doesn't punch people, he just wrestles, okay? So okay, so this is what I wrote about Tyron Woodley, okay? He's a guy who is old and washed up, but can still throw a punch. His last fight was in like February, where he did get beat up, for the record. He's not a 36-year-old Ben Askren who walked into that ring looking like he ate a sack of potatoes a day for the entire fucking fight month. It was ridiculous how fucking fat he was. You know, everyone has like just for the record, Ben Askren fought at 170 as well, like in the welterweight division, and he weighed in at 190, right? So, you know, like everyone has that month like in their life where like for some reason they're just drinking a lot, like whether they're going through it or there's just a party everywhere, like, you know, like you're just drinking a lot that month, and you like somehow you just weigh yourself at the end of the month, you like gained like 10 pounds, okay? You know, like that's someone has, like, you sometimes have that month, you know, or whatever. Everyone's had that month in their life. Ben Askren literally had like 3 months of that before the fight. like he went from 170 to weigh in at 190. Okay. He probably fought near 200 instead of fighting at like 180. So this guy was literally just fat. So Jake Paul, I'm not impressed by that knockout. Okay. Woodley is 3 years older than Ben Askren, but is in much better shape. Will stay in much better shape, but apparently they're fighting at 190 again. So we'll see if Tyron Woodley beefs up or fats up, I guess. But listen, he can throw a punch. I don't think Woodley would take a paycheck to break his legacy, because he does have a legacy. He's a former UFC champ, and he defended that belt 4 times. Like I think like he wouldn't take a paycheck just to get knocked out like Ben Askren did. Like Ben Askren already had the most brutal and embarrassing moment in UFC history when he got kneed to the face 5 seconds into a fight and got knocked the fuck out. Yeah. You know? So like I wouldn't say it's the same for Woodley, and honestly, like I don't know what's gonna happen because I've never really seen Woodley in his prime as a UFC like fan. But hey, listen, Vegas opened it up as a minus 110 pick'em, so no one's a favorite yet. Damn. So it's definitely going to be a little bit closer than the last fight. Jake Paul says he's going to knock him out in 2 rounds. I don't think so, but I just pray that Woodley wins.
Like maybe I'm crazy, but why can't Jake Paul fight a boxer? I don't get it. Like I don't get it.
He's a bitch.
Boxers don't want to fight him, I don't think.
Like, I don't get it. Like,
they don't want to stoop to that level. Like, they know this is just a stunt. Like, what I know I love to like make fun of him and hate on him, but like
no, he's a marketing fucking genius.
Yeah, if I was in his situation, I would be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, no, he's
I'll be booking as many big names and making as much money as I can. But at the same time, he's not going to get a legit fighter out of doing this. I don't think no one thinks he's actually legit because he's not actually legit. So he'll never get a big name. He'll keep getting these Askren and Woodley names until.
Listen, Tyron Woodley's kind of a big name, to be honest.
No, it is 100%. But he's past his prime, like you said. So
yeah, you're right.
I don't think until this phase dies out, where everyone I think we're nearing the end of it. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong. I think it's just starting.
I don't know. I really don't. I think people will stop tuning in if he keeps just knocking off knocking off big names.
If Woodley knocks him out, it might be done, to be honest. Which I hope so. But anyway,
I almost think the opposite. I think if he wins, it's done. Like, if he actually beats Tyron Woodley in a boxing match, who knows how good of a boxer Tyron Woodley actually is. But a lot of people thought it was fixed after the last one. If he wins the next one, that's going to be the conversation, I think. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm going to be done tuning in if he wins.
I wish I could say the same, but I'm definitely going to watch it.
Yeah, fuck. As much as I want to not watch, I'm just like, I got it.
Like, what? Like, I watched the Askren fight, and, like, I've never been more disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
Like, I wasted those couple of hours of my life that I'll never get back to watch.
It was also a brutal pay-per-view. Like,
yeah, no, all the live performances were shit, too.
Anyway.
Speaking of Jake, just very, very quickly, Big Brother Logan is fighting Floyd this weekend.
I feel like we wrote the same thing on our freaking notes.
Oh, okay. But
So let's just move on from Jake because that's in August. But let's move on to this weekend.
Let's give our predictions.
Okay. How about you let me say what we need to know about the fight before we do our predictions, okay?
Yeah.
So Floyd Mayweather is actually fighting YouTuber Logan Paul this weekend. That's crazy. That's crazy. Imagine like 5 years ago or 10 years ago when he was fighting guys like Manny Pacquiao. You'd be like, yeah, he's going to fight a YouTuber when he's 50-0.
Okay, very quickly before you move on, do you guys know the YouTuber? Like he's like a little 6-year-old kid, like Ryan's Toy Review or something. Anyways, he's this little kid. He has like 30 million subscribers. He makes bank. He's like 5 years old. And I saw this fake tweet from Manny Pacquiao saying like, well, with Floyd fighting his next opponent Logan Paul, I'd like to come out and announce my next fight. And it's just like one of those pay-per-view things with Manny Pacquiao standing next to like the little 5-year-old kid gonna fight.
I saw that.
Killed me. Killed me.
Oh, anyways, here's what you need to know about the Mayweather-Paul fights. They are fighting on Sunday, not Saturday. They're fighting on Sunday, which is whack.
Yeah.
Fighting in Miami or whatever. Pay-per-view starts at 8 p.m. It is a exhibition fight scheduled for 8 rounds. So even if Mayweather loses, it doesn't count for his legacy or whatever, even though that's going to be brutal. Anyways, Mayweather, 44 years old, at 5'8" with a 72-inch reach, is expected to weigh in at 160 pounds, okay? That's what he's expected to weigh in at. Logan Paul, this is in the contract. Logan Paul, who's 26 years old, at 6'2", with a 76-inch reach, will have to weigh in at 190 pounds or lower. So 30 pounds more that he's giving him. So he has to weigh in at 190 or less, or he will have to pay a fine of $100,000 per pound overweight.
And still fight? Or
So if he weighs in at 200, he has to give Mayweather $1 million.
Wow.
Anyways, one thing we might actually want to see on this card, though, the first fight on the pay-per-view, Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson, is on this card boxing.
What?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Who's he
Against
fighting?
former MMA fighter Brian Maxwell.
He's going to get killed.
We'll
Yo,
see.
he's been in the gym, man. You never know.
Fuck.
He's like low-key jacked now.
And
Yeah, he is. He is, actually.
Very.
Before
I mean,
you
that doesn't make you a good fighter, but
No.
Before you make your picks, I just want to say that currently at a minus 1,200 favorite, if you bet $100 on Floyd Mayweather money line, you would win a whopping $8.33.
I might throw some money on Logan.
At this point, it's almost stupid not to throw money on Logan.
Yeah.
Like if you put $10 on Logan, I think he's plus 600. You'd win $60.
Might as well.
Like that, just like that. You know, it's $10, whatever, but
Yeah.
like it's better than throwing 300 on Mayweather to win $24.
Yeah. Yeah.
And have some shock happen so they have a trilogy or some bullshit.
Yeah.
Like that, you know? Honestly, I hope Mayweather just fucking ends the fight in like the fourth. It's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't think Mayweather would ruin his legacy for a paycheck, even though his name is Money Mayweather. Don't think so, man. He's 50-0, and there's no way he would, because he's regarded as one of the best boxers of all time, if not the best. So
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's just gonna give the fans a little show. I'm sure they have a fucking, well, obviously more rounds, more commercials, more revenue, all that shit. So I can guarantee he's gonna take it a few rounds. But there's no way he loses this fight. No way. He puts the 50. Obviously, the 50-0 isn't on the line, but no way he puts that on the line. Like no way.
Floyd can just do the same thing he did with Connor. Like he can just toy with him, and then look what happened to Connor. Was it the 9th or 10th round? Connor just was like, you could see he just had no energy left.
yeah, but that was the 10th round because it was actually a legit fight for the championship.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just saying, like, Floyd just waited for Connor to gas himself out, and then he fucked him up. Like, if Floyd could do the exact same thing, he's still way faster than Logan Paul, even at 44.
How many rounds is this fight?
8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you want to see Logan Paul get knocked the fuck out, search up Logan Paul versus Paulo Costa. He's a UFC fighter, number 2 ranked. What is it, middleweight? Yeah, he knocked Logan Paul the fuck out when they were sparring.
Really?
He gave him a right hook and sent him out.
Did you guys, not to carry on this too long, but did you guys see Logan Paul fight all the Gronkowski brothers?
Yeah.
And then everyone, like, there's people in the comments saying, like, he just boxed against 4 elite athletes, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that doesn't make him a good fighter. Like, these guys were going in there like this. Like, that doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
I can't.
So stupid, man. Like, I saw this thing, Kay. Do you guys, this is like an ongoing question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that the Paul brothers boxing is good or bad for the sport?
It's good for boxing, but it's not. It's good for keeping boxing alive. It's not good for like the nostalgia or the history of boxing.
it's not good for the credibility of boxing. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
that's it.
Yeah, you see, I kind of agree with you, but I think on the greater aspect, it's good for boxing, man, because boxing was dying.
That's what I'm saying. It's good for
Now everyone's watching boxing just because of these 2 kids.
Yeah.
And shout out to Ryan Garcia too. Like he's doing it the legit way. He came from TikTok or whatever it was. Like I didn't know who he was, but he's won like a couple of big fights now. He got a belt. So
yeah, well, Gymshark was a big part of that. He like blew him up with Gymshark too, right?
Yeah.
So good for him. But yeah,
that's all I have to bring up.
These guys are annoying, man.
Yeah, I can't.
Honestly, I'm tired of hearing about them.
Well, boys, it's been a few weeks since we've done a good old episode of Change Your Name, and the Edmonton football team played their own game of Change Your Name this week and finalized their name of the Edmonton Elks. Okay, so the formerly Edmonton Eskimos, bypassed Shane's suggestion of the Edmonton Elephants and went straight to the Elks.
I'm gonna say something very controversial.
I'm gonna say something too, but
Edmonton Elephants is better than the Edmonton Elks.
you know what? I will not agree with that.
Yeah,
But their helmets are fire.
Mm-hmm.
I like the helmets.
So I thought they were gonna keep their logo.
Well, okay, so I heard it on the radio, and the guy was like, "I'm gonna run you through the list of final names. Eagles was one of them, so I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back for that. Pat on the back, sorry. But then they had like the Element,
That's kind of
Eclipse.
Do they have the energy?
There was something with energy. I'm not sure if it was just energy,
Okay.
but there was a few weird names like
I had them as the Edmonton Energy, which I would have preferred.
The Elks was definitely the best one on the list.
Over the Eagles?
Huh?
You would have rather that over the Eagles?
No, but I think it fits well. Like I like it.
Yeah, it's not terrible. Like I'll give it that. It's not terrible. And the helmets are nice.
And the logo's not bad either. Like it's simple.
Yeah. Shaner?
I don't know. I don't really care. Very disappointed it's not the Edmonton Elephants. That's all I have to say.
All right.
I'm also not a big fan of the logo. I don't know. I find it's too simple.
Fair enough. I do agree with that point because I feel like we're so like advanced in like like just like whatever
like graphic design and shit
exactly
like that. Yeah.
Like,
And it's not like
there
they
shouldn't be
even put the
logos
logo.
this simple in this
Like
day.
they didn't even put the logo on the helmet. So I can understand like they want to make it simple to put on a helmet, but they didn't even put the logo on the helmet.
No.
So like,
To be fair, it's a little bit less. It's a little bit more complicated than their last logo. The last logo was a couple of yellow E's in a green circle. That's what it was.
Oh man. Anyways, that's all I had to bring up. Cam, you have anything for us?
Well, Matt talked about the downfall of the Leafs. I want to shout out a couple guys on the Habs. Obviously, Carey Price, Jake Evans, man.
I knew that was
Watched
coming.
him last night, but he was so good last night. Like I love that kid. I've loved him for a long time. I even once upon a time had him to score as my lock of the week.
Yep.
Which was not a good decision, but shout out to him. Ben Sherratt, he got roughed up a couple of times. He stayed in the game and he played really well. But yeah, I'm fired up, boys. I'm really fired up. I can't wait to see what
That sound like good.
Like I know that was like our Stanley Cup final, but like let's see what we can do. Let's see what the Habs can do. Like, Winnipeg's not that good. The Habs matched up decently against them. I know that the record goes down to 2-5 against them, but there's a couple of overtime losses in there. So we'll see what happens.
Shane.
Oh,
I mean,
and
Stroud-
Dawson.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
Adam Vinatieri retired.
Yeah, man.
That's
That
big
one
news
hurt.
for us. Like that. Shout out to him. Great career.
Shout out to the NFL's all-time leading scorer.
Really?
Retired on the Pat McAfee show. That's some way to go out.
I'd say
but
he's
no.
currently the GOAT.
The goat.
Yeah.
Justin
Currently.
Tucker might be there.
Justin Tucker's well on his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was Justin Tucker on that team that won the Super Bowl? No,
Mhm.
eh?
No.
No?
Yeah. I think he
Was
was.
he?
Yeah.
I think that was like one of his
I
first.
think it was his rookie year. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm wondering if he has one or not. But are you speaking about hockey, Shaner?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
First, I would like to say I think Sherratt was probably the best player in that series for Montreal.
Yeah.
He was absolutely fantastic, except for Carey Price,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
I said, yeah. Sherratt played, I think it was in game 6. He played like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he was double shifted the whole overtime. It was ridiculous. But tomorrow, when this episode is released, it is the draft lottery.
It's true.
And I don't know why, but I just have a feeling Buffalo's not going to get the first pick. Like they have like an 18% chance or something, and they always just somehow screw it up. They can't, like, it's not even up to them to screw up. It just happens.
Yeah.
And last time they got it, they got Rasmus Dahlin, who might be one of like the low end first overall picks that have happened in the last like 10 years.
Just so disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it happens because, man, that team needs something, and Owen Power would completely change their defense core. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I just have a feeling it's not happening. Also, the Vezina candidates were, like, nominees were released today. I was very upset that my boy UC Saros was not nominated. That one hurt. That one hurt a little bit. But I think, you know, they couldn't have gone wrong with the 3 guys they picked. I saw Pierre LeBrun said that Saros should have been over Grubauer, but I don't know. Grubauer had, like, by far the best year of his career.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's between Vasilevsky and Fleury for me. I don't know. I think it's good. Like, I think they're going to be so far ahead of Grubauer just because Fleury in age and just Vasilevsky because everybody knows, you know, he's on the best team in the league and probably the best goalie in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, you just said that they're the best team in the league. I would disagree right now. I think it's got to be Colorado. I was gonna bring it up. You guys got mad at me last week for saying that Colorado could fuck around and sweep their way to a finals. You guys said, how are they going to sweep Vegas? Listen, I know it was only one game.
They won one game.
Vegas coming off a 7-game series that was extremely physical.
Yeah.
I know. Does not excuse the fact that they lost 7-1. And they have
Yes,
Nathan
it does.
McKinnon on their
It
team
literally
who's
does.
playing out of his mind.
It literally does
does,
excuse
bro.
them
First of all,
having a
Fleury
dud of a
wasn't even
game.
playing. When's the last time Leonard started a game?
Yeah, literally. I was gonna say that too. He had no business starting the game. Vegas coming
Like, I
off a
understand you want to get
7-game
Fleury
series that
rest
was
after
physical.
7 games, but like, it's the playoffs here.
All right.
That was bold, and you did deserve a little bit of criticism for that.
Well, he's not wrong yet. So
Look, if they sweep Vegas, I will come on here and I will apologize to you.
Yeah,
All right,
me
sounds
too. But I'm just Vegas was playing very well.
But 7 games is a lot harder with 4 games.
All right. Before we move on, because I don't think we're actually going to talk about this. Predictions, since it starts tomorrow. Winnipeg and Montreal. Who and how many games?
Montreal in 6.
Wow.
I don't know if I have another 7-game series in my heart.
I
But it would
don't.
be
I
wrong
don't.
of me to not pick the Habs in this series. So, you know what, Dawson, I'm right with you. I'll go Habs in 6. Hey, with fans in the stands, come on, man. Anything is possible.
Trainer had Winnipeg moving on to the
I had Winnipeg moving on. I want to
You
say
didn't have him playing
Montreal.
the Habs.
I want to say Montreal. I can't. Winnipeg in 7.
Dawson, we are vibing today. Montreal in 6.
Yes, sir.
You guys laughed at me for saying that they would beat Toronto. And look where we are, boys.
Not for nothing. My beginning of the season predictions, I had the Habs in the Cup final. So
I just think it's going to be such a low-scoring series based on the way the two goalies played in the first round.
You know what?
And
Another bold prediction: Jake Allen is getting a win.
Jake Allen.
Yep.
Interesting.
Also, Matt, if you'd have told me that Don Tavares and Jake Muzzin would both miss games in this series, then I might have given the Habs a better chance.
If you told me
I thought Toronto
John
was way
Tavares
too
would have
good at
played
that
3
point.
minutes the whole series, I probably would have changed my answer.
What is happening?
Shane, your mic is messed up.
Hello?
No, it's like very alien.
Is it? Are we good?
Way
It's even
worse.
scarier.
Oh, yeah.
This is another one I'm just gonna keep in because it's fucking funny.
This is better.
So like Bane from Batman.
Is it good?
Yeah.
All right, is that it? You guys have
I
anything
can't
else
hear
to
you
bring
guys,
up?
though. That's the problem.
You guys have anything else to bring up?
No. While Shane moves on, while Shane fixes his shit, let's move on.
Yeah. What I was saying before is it's going to be a low-scoring series based off how the two goalies played in the first round. And
Mhm.
Winnipeg's forwards are so far better than Montreal's forwards that if they need one goal, if it's like going to overtime and someone needs a goal, I think I would bet on Winnipeg every time.
Yeah, but
I'm
I
just
feel
like
it's the
basing my
same thing
thoughts.
with Toronto.
Yeah,
What?
basing my thoughts on how.
Yeah, but you
if
can't say
Win-
Campbell's as good as Carey Price is.
No, but
No.
if Winnipeg's second line gets an injury, and
Oh.
the only line to really shut down is their first line, Dano just did that. He can probably do it again.
You did it
So,
against a
I don't
better
know.
line.
Yeah, but can Suzuki do it? I don't think so.
No, but that's what I mean. Like if we're like, okay, maybe an injury happens. I don't know. I like to have chances.
Like I could see Dano line can shut down Scheifele. I'll give them that line. But can Suzuki shut down Ehlers,
Stastny.
Dubois, and Stastny? I don't know.
Yeah,
see.
I agree.
Habs in 6.
Also, one little last baseball thing I need to say. What the fuck is happening with Marcel Ozuna? Apparently threatened to kill his wife.
I just read that.
He got $20K. He was arrested, $20K bond. Like, what the hell? What is going on?
Crazy.
Crazy what happens with some athletes, man. They're getting paid so much money and they just throw it all away and do dumb shit. I'll never understand that kind of stuff. But anyways, on that absolutely messed up note, let's move on to our question of the week. This week, I came up with this question. A little question off the top of my head. I've been thinking about it for a while. But the question is, who or what do you think is the most important position in all of sports? Okay? Think about the sports in the world. What is the most important position? I will go first. I feel like I'm probably not going to be the only one who says this answer. But I have the position of quarterback in football. You're not going to win a Super Bowl without a superstar quarterback or a quarterback that is playing out of his mind. You have to know pretty much everything that's going on the field at all times as a quarterback. You are the person who leads your team. You touch the ball every single play unless it's a direct snap. I honestly think that it's the one position in sports where if you're playing absolute shit and making a bunch of mistakes, your whole team will crumble around you faster than any other positions. Literally at quarterback, you can make one mistake and lose the game because of it. Like, I know there's a bunch of other positions like in sports that can happen, but I think that quarterback is just so, you have to be so perfect and so precise that, like, it just makes everything so important. And of course, a quarterback's going to run off his O-line and his receivers and running backs and his weapons and stuff for sure. I'm not taking anything away from those guys because I do think that left tackle or whatever, I mean, it has to be left tackle in the NFL because no one's a lefty except for Tua, but is one of the most important positions in the game. But quarterback is just so damn important. It's ridiculous. That's my answer.
Yeah, I'm going to keep mine short and sweet. Other than the fucking horse in the Kentucky Derby being the most important part of a team, I think the quarterback is by far the most important just because of everything Matt said. Like, the pressure is on 24/7. Like, I don't want to say other players can take a play off and shit like that, but we all played football. Cam, obviously, you were a quarterback. You can't attest to this, but like, you could take a play off here and there, and it won't cost your team the entire fucking game. You know what I mean?
I took a couple off and cost them.
No, exactly. But I think we might go 4 for 4 here, to be honest.
Yeah, it's funny. I was gonna say left.
You
tackle.
know that Shaner is on this podcast, right?
Yeah, I know.
Funny,
That's
I was
why.
gonna say left tackle, but no, you know what? Like I agree with you guys. I thought about this one a lot, and I don't know. I think importance is a very the emphasis is on that word. So for me, yeah, it's gonna be the quarterback, just because. I mean, like it starts and ends with you every play, other than the center.
That's it.
So, I mean, like, you know, a goalie in hockey, yeah, you're important. Not a lot of people can do your job, but there's a lot of downtime. When you're quarterback and you're in the game, there's no downtime. Like
That's it.
and like you guys said, I did it. It's your mind's racing the whole time. Like it's.
That's it.
And to me, like the way I agree with you, because I think in hockey, like obviously this isn't going to happen every time, but if you're a goalie having a bad game, you still have 5 guys in front of you that can make something happen. If you let in 4 goals, you have a team in front of you that if they're having a good game, they could pot 5 maybe and win in overtime or something like
That's
that.
it.
You know, in the NFL, if you throw 4 interceptions, it's almost a guaranteed loss. Like,
Yeah.
like it's something like that, you know. And I guess we're talking to the man whose quarterback fumbles the ball more than he completes it. So. Let's hear what this guy has to say.
Is your answer quarterback?
For those who are listening on Spotify and like Apple Podcasts, like this guy's just been smiling the entire time. So I'm just guessing he's not saying quarterback.
Can I just guess what yours is? Give me one guess. Is it a first line center? Okay.
Is indeed a hockey goalie. And here's why. We have seen teams win a Super Bowl with a quarterback not play at his best throughout the whole playoffs. We've seen defenses carry a team to win a Super Bowl. Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl in 2000 and threw for 500 yards in 4 playoff games. We've seen Jimmy G go to a playoffs based off his run game. In Super Bowl, was it 50 the Broncos won? Peyton Manning was carried by that defense. Through the postseason, he wasn't who he was in the regular season either, but he was not as dominant in the postseason. Who else? Rex Grossman brought the Bears to a Super Bowl. Like, we've seen quarterbacks go to a Super Bowl that are not exactly top elite. Like, you could build a team to win around a quarterback who's not elite and who's not like a high-end starting quarterback. But if you don't have a solid goalie, you're not winning. You're not going to the playoffs. And I don't care who's on your team. You're not going to the playoffs, and you're not winning. If you do make the playoffs, you're not winning anything in the playoffs. Like, every goalie, maybe they just got hot or whatever, but they all ended up having good seasons after getting hot. Like Matt Murray, yeah, he got hot, but the next year he came back and he was one of the best goalies that year. Won the cup again. Next year after that, he was good. Then he fell off. Jordan Binnington won the cup, got hot, won the cup, came back. Now he just got paid 6 years, $6 million. So he's obviously doing his job. Carey Price, the year he got hurt, everybody says he could have won the cup. Then he got paid. Jonathan Quick went crazy. He got paid. Won them a couple of Stanley Cups. Corey Crawford won them a couple Stanley Cups. Anthony Emmy won a cup, came out of nowhere, won a cup, then got paid in San Jose. Like, all these guys came out, and then, like, goalie is the most important position to me because you can't win without a goalie. I'm not saying you can win with a shitty quarterback, but it's easier to build a team around a shitty quarterback than it is to build a team around a shitty goalie.
I disagree with that.
I severely disagree with that. I don't think it's easy to build a team around a shitty quarterback.
I don't think it's easy.
Even those names that you said, like, they're not shit quarterbacks. They're all quarterbacks that were playing great and playing out of their minds at that time.
Trent Dilfer sucked.
And threw for
He threw for
400
1,500 yards. He threw for 1,500
but that was
yards.
21 years ago, so it's
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm saying Peyton Manning wasn't. What did he threw for like 100 yards in that Super Bowl?
That's Peyton Manning, man. Like, that's literally.
I know. But I'm saying that year his defense carried him to the Super Bowl. Did they not? You can't tell me that his defense.
I'm not gonna argue that.
There you go.
He
And
also
Rex
broke the
Grossman
passing touchdown record that
No,
year.
he did.
though.
He did.
Like, he lit it up, bro.
In the playoffs, I'm saying in the playoffs, he was not what he was in the regular season.
You're talking like an
Your
alien
fucking
again.
bike's all fucked up again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've seen guys. I don't know what's going on.
You answered your
fucking
question before you
possessed.
asked it.
What?
You answered your question before you asked it.
Oh, interesting. But yeah, I don't know. I just think like you can have a phenomenal forward group, phenomenal defense, but if your guy can't stop the puck, you're screwed. And if you have a quarterback and you have a great running back and great O line, you can run the ball, kill some time. And if you have a great defense, you're obviously holding a team under 20 points a game. It's possible to score 3 touchdowns a game with a less than average quarterback or average quarterback.
See, look, here's my thing. Like, a less than average goalie has a better shot of stopping, 20 shots than a less than average quarterback does of going 18 for 20 for 200 yards and throwing 2 touchdowns.
But I'm saying he doesn't need to throw for 200 yards if he has a team around him that can go, like a running back behind him. Like I said, Jimmy G, that run game literally carried them through the playoffs, right? Like, I don't think he threw more than like 150 yards in a game in that Super Bowl run. I could be wrong. I want to fact check that. But I don't think he threw for much over 150 if he did in a game to get to the Super Bowl.
Did not win it though.
Yeah,
Lost
I know,
to
but he
lost
still
to a
got
team
there.
that had the best quarterback in the league, and
But he
that
still
made
got there, is what I'm saying. He still got there.
Okay.
Fair enough. Like who got there on the other side of all the goalies that you talked to us, like that you said? Like I'm not super
Martin
opinionated on
Jones
this.
for San Jose.
I'm not like super opinionated on this. I just think it goes both ways. Like most years, a top 3 or 5 quarterback in the NFL wins the Super Bowl.
But yeah, but also the thing is, you're
And then
playing
most years in the NHL, a top 3 to 5 goalie wins the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, but what we
Honestly,
just talked
well,
about,
actually, that's not even true. But
No.
what we
a
just
good
talked
goalie.
about, like Fleury playing those 7 games and then Leonard coming in to give him a break. Like these guys are playing 7 games if they go 7 games in 13 days, whereas you're playing 1 game a week. Like these goalies are
yeah,
getting.
but that's the nature of like that's
I know,
not
I
their
know, I know,
fault.
I
You
know.
can't change
But I'm saying
that.
that's why
Hockey's like
the
that
unit's
all
more
season.
important. No, I know, but that's
I
what I'm saying. To me, it's more important to have a high-end goalie than having a high-end quarterback.
Right, but even just take out the playoffs, even just this season, we were seeing maybe not top teams, but teams like rotating goalies like fairly evenly. Like you'll never see that in the NFL.
Now we are, yeah. So now I'm kind of starting to lean towards like a quarterback, but for
Right.
now, like we're still seeing dominant goalies. But now
Right.
every team's starting to go to like a tandem, right?
Yeah.
So, you ask me this question next year, I'll probably change my mind.
Yeah.
But right now, like this is
I get it. I get it.
I think before we move on, I think the best point that was made was by Dawson when he said, "You're welcome, by the way," when he said that I think it's easier for a below average goalie to get hot than a below average quarterback to do something in the playoffs or make a run,
But the question
I think you have to be, it's so important to be consistently great in the NFL that and like we said, the Super Bowl is one of the hardest championships to win because you only get 1 shot per game. Like you don't get 4, you don't have to win 4 times, you don't have to win once. You only get to lose once,
I know, but who's more important in that one game? It's like I said, we've seen defenses carry, but we've seen goalies let in 8 goals before in games. Like goalies get pulled a lot more than quarterbacks get pulled.
Yes.
So if you don't have a good goalie, you're pretty much look at Buffalo. They haven't had a good goalie since Ryan Miller left in 2011.
Yeah.
And they've been at the bottom of the basement since then.
Yeah, but I think their problems stem a lot more than goalie play. But anyways, both the goalie in hockey and a quarterback in football are very important positions. Yeah. Let's move on to our bold prediction of the week. All right. So this week, my bold prediction is a future bold prediction. And it is because it is a result of the Habs-Leafs series. My bold prediction is that after that series, of shutting down the top line, I have Philip Deneau securing the bag and getting what he asked for and signing that contract. Was it 5 or 5.5 that he asked for? 5? 6? He's going to get it.
In Montreal?
I think at this, yes.
I wouldn't be surprised if he got more.
I think this series just proves that we need him. I love Philip Deneau. On the ice, he's dominant defensively. It's ridiculous how good he is. He didn't have a great season offensively, but like he's proven that he could shut down lethal lines. Like
You can say he had a terrible season offensively. Like very confident.
Fair enough.
He was
Obviously, you're not going to be able to like completely lock up guys like McDavid and Draisaitl, but he actually came pretty close, like to shutting them down, to playing perfect against them. Like he held them to like what 4 points combined the first like 6 games, and they had like one game where they went off.
Honestly, if Deneau was smart, he wouldn't sign before free agency. Because I'm willing to bet a team would give him $7 million.
Like to me, like he absolutely shut down the Matthews and Marner line as we saw. Like he was, to me, that was the second most important thing to happen for the Habs in this series after Carey Price's play. And to me, like he just needs to walk in a negotiation room and say, how many goals did did the Rocket Richard Trophy winner and Mitch Marner have in that series? And they're gonna be like, here's your money. Like
they had 1, which is half of what Philip Deneau scored all year.
Yeah.
Anyways, my bold prediction of the week: Carey Price. I don't want to jinx it, but in Game 1 against the Winnipeg Jets, shutout.
Wow.
Knocking on wood, doing what I got to do. Bold prediction of the week.
I like that. I'm going really bold this week. Carolina in 5.
Wow.
I'm not going back on it. I'm not going back on it.
Wow.
They should have won Game 1 to me.
Sheesh.
I don't know if the goaltending's there. I really don't think it is, but we'll see.
It's bold
I like what
for-
Rob Brandamore is doing in that room. So
Listen, we're here to stir up with bold predictions. That's a bold one for you. For all those listeners, that is a big one. That is a big one. You know,
Nothing will ever top Matt saying a goalie's going to score. Ever.
Carey Price could score if he ever wanted to.
Yeah.
All right. Something's got to give in Toronto. I don't know how many times they're going to come back with the same team or the same core. Mitch Marner's done in Toronto.
That's what that I was going to have that as mine too. I was going to have that as mine too.
I would not be in the least bit surprised.
I just don't think him and Matthews are a good duo, but they play completely different games. Like Matthews is a north-south player, and Marner's an east-west player. Like he likes to dangle and everything, and Marner just Matthews just likes to go straight. So either they're gonna take them off each other's line, and he's gonna put Marner with Tavares, or they're gonna trade Marner, and I think they're gonna trade Marner.
I wouldn't be surprised if Matthews asked to get out, but that's a story for another day.
I don't care if Matthews asked me to trade him. I'm not trading.
I agree. I agree 100%.
Because he's the number 2 player in the NHL.
I said number 3.
Oh, my bad.
No.
Better than Nathan McKinnon.
If Matthews asked you for a trade, would you trade him?
No.
There you go.
I wouldn't trade Nathan McKinnon either.
Well, I never said I would trade McKinnon either.
I know.
All right. Those were our bold predictions. And now we're going to move on to a brand new segment. It's a segment we like to call This Might Be Crazy, but ... So basically what this segment's all about is each of us have come up with a statement that we think might be crazy, but we actually think it's true. Okay? So my statement, I've already said this to Shaner when I wanted to do this like 2 months ago, whatever. But this might be crazy, but I think that Miles Bridges may be the best in-game dunker in the NBA today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys seen any Hornets highlights, but it's either LaMelo Ball or Miles Bridges absolutely smoking the rim with thunderous dunks all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like every game he's got a spectacular smash. Like that's literally the only Charlotte Hornets highlights you'll get after House of LaMelo. Like
House of LaMelo, literally. What was I gonna say? Have you guys heard how good is the fucking commentator in that? The Hornets
Charlotte
commentator.
Oh yeah, he's
He's
sick.
so good. Bridges. Anyways, my statement, and I don't have much to back it up. It's just not my feeling, but the Indianapolis Colts.
to start it with, this might be crazy.
This might be crazy, but outside of the Kansas City Chiefs, the Indianapolis Colts are the most complete team in the AFC. Okay. In terms of offensive,
To me,
Offen-
easily.
It's not even close.
Maybe even more than Kansas City.
okay, well, maybe it's not crazy then. The only one, so I don't think Buffalo's close to being as complete as Indianapolis because their defense. The only one that is the Browns because I think they're fairly well-rounded.
Okay.
But like you look at every single position, the Colts have a guy. Like D-line, we have a guy. Corner, like we just have a bunch of guys.
Jury's still out on if they found their guy at quarterback because we haven't seen him play a snap of football in almost a year now.
Sure.
Like every other quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz got benched because he played like shit.
He got benched like for the last 4 games.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's not that like.
Anyways, even outside of quarterback, okay, running back, Jonathan Taylor, Naheem Hines, and Marlon Mack is a disgusting 3-headed monster. Top 5 O-line in the league. Receiving core that is up and coming. We do have some slept-on guys like Michael Pittman and Zach Pascal. T.Y. is T.Y. We saw why he's a great receiver and has been a Pro Bowl receiver in the last 6 games of the year. D-line, DeForest Buckner, obviously. And corner, Kenny Moore was actually just rated the number 1 slot corner in the NFL by Pro Football Focus. Not that I love those lists because they did have Jair Alexander ranked over Jalen Ramsey. But bias aside, if you look at the list, Kenny Moore is by far the best slot corner on that list. So I just feel like they're very well-rounded. They're very balanced. Obviously, the Chiefs are the Chiefs, but I think they are the second most well-rounded team in the AFC.
I like it.
I think I agree, but I think it's closer than you think with Buffalo. But I would put Indianapolis over them.
Buffalo's run game is absolute dog shit.
Their run game is shit, and I would take the Colts defense 10 times before even looking.
Well, Indianapolis, we can't even say that they have a pass game right now because we don't know if the quarterback's going to show up or not. Like
okay,
that's what
like, what do you mean?
The Bills have
what if Carson Wentz comes out and lays an egg? Then the Colts are done. Like that's it.
No, then we still have an amazing run game.
And I don't sleep
What are they
on
going to
Jacob
do?
Eason.
What are they going to do with the run game? You just said that the quarterback is the most important position is going to get them to the Super Bowl.
I'm not saying the Colts are going to win the Super Bowl. I never said that.
You've seen Carson Wentz perform at an MVP level before. When have you seen Devin Singletary look like a starting running back in the NFL?
I'm not saying that they have a good running game. I never said that.
No, but if we're talking about complete teams, what do the Bills have? Like, what position group on the Bills are you taking over the Colts other than quarterbacks and receivers? I'm not taking any, and it's not really that close.
Linebackers, maybe. Darius Leonard's nasty, but they have 2 linebackers, right? What are the names?
Milano can't hold Darius Leonard's nuts.
Didn't one of their guys?
Edmonds or his brother?
Make the Pro Bowl? Yeah.
Tremaine.
Yeah, he had a decent year last year, but he was dog shit the last 2 years before, like since he's been drafted. So to me, I don't know.
Anyways,
even then, there's like a good 3 to 4 more.
The probability of Carson Wentz coming out and laying a fucking goose egg and doing nothing is very low. Like, let's be real.
I agree. I'm just not going to call them the most complete team after Kansas City before even seeing them throw a ball. I would like to see it first.
Okay, but even if we break it down by position groups, the Colts have more complete position groups than Buffalo. Cleveland, Cleveland's closer than Buffalo, in my opinion.
Okay.
I agree.
I agree also.
But Cleveland, has better position groups, has more better position groups than Buffalo does.
Mm-hmm.
Their secondary's better, I would say, especially now. Their receivers are better. Their running backs are better.
Their O-line's better.
That's close. Like, we can say a tie there.
Mhm.
Okay, moving on.
Anyways.
Mine's not that crazy, but this week, this might be crazy, but Carey Price was not that hurt when he was out for a month. Let me explain. I was like, I think everyone was like, what the hell's going on? Because he played the rest of the period and then was out, and then missed almost a month, and then came back looking like Superman. I think a lot of people were optimistic about it. I was sort of in the middle. I knew we'd seen it before, but I wasn't sure if he would actually do what he just did. But he just fucking, I don't know. He surpassed my expectations by a lot. So I really think like there was more strategy that went into that than might appear.
Oh yeah.
I think 100%. I think they were starting to get a little sweaty when they lost like 4 games in a row to try to clinch a playoff spot. But right when they clinched it, it was like, Kate, you got like 4 games. You're gonna sit, get better.
Yeah,
I completely agree. So I don't even think that's that crazy, but it might seem crazy to other people that they would not want to play their star goaltender. But
just quickly, while we're on the Habs topic, I don't think this will happen. Obviously, I doubt it'll happen. I don't even know if he would be allowed. But let's say Drouin suddenly is good from his personal reasons, whatever. Can he play?
Mm-hmm.
And if you were the Habs, would you insert him into the lineup?
Absolutely.
No
100%,
chance.
Without a doubt.
No chance.
Without a
Okay.
doubt.
Okay.
You would?
100%. You can't leave a guy that talented out of your lineup.
Who are you taking out of the lineup right now, though?
Probably like Stahl or something. Like literally anybody. Take someone off
Play
the
Drouin
fourth
at center,
line.
or you're gonna put Jake Evans?
Put Evans back at center.
Hmm?
You can put Evans back at center.
Yeah. Okay.
You can put Byron at center.
I
Byron
personally
plays
wouldn't
center.
do that. I like
Yeah,
him.
but Byron did play center some games this year. Like they're all comfortable with him.
Byron goal of the series.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Goal
All right.
Playoffs.
What's crazy to you, Shane?
Oh boy. I feel like Matt's gonna get mad about this one.
Obviously.
Here we fucking go.
The Montreal Canadiens need, not should, need to trade Shea Weber.
I'm not gonna get mad about that.
And here's why. I understand that he's the captain. I understand what he does in the locker room. I understand the leadership and all that. But the way he played this year, he's just on a huge decline now. He can't compete. Like, he can't skate with anybody. He's so slow now. He's still got the shot. I'll give it to him. Offensively, he's still good. Like, on the power play, he's ridiculous. But now, like, he doesn't even, like, want to join the play anymore because he just knows he's going to get burnt if it's a turnover. His cap hit's ridiculous, and he still has, like, 6 years left on his contract. It's like he's making like $7.9 million for the next like 5 or 6 years.
It's 4, but yeah.
Whatever, yeah, 4 to 6 years, $7.9 million. I don't think they should pay him. I mean, I don't know if the team's actually going to want to trade for him.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I agree. It's just who's gonna give up anything for Shea Weber at this point?
Maybe like a young team that needs leadership. I don't know, but
They're taking on that much money, like
a team that has a bunch like Buffalo, if they need a guy.
I don't think leadership is an issue in Montreal. I think they have 2 guys that can step in right now and be captain, and Brendan Gallagher and Jeff Petrie. Like
another thing, I don't think it's Weber's team anymore. I think it's fully. We saw as soon as Gallagher got hurt, it was like the team couldn't play anymore. Like they just stopped playing hockey. Like
it's Gallagher's team. It has been for.
It's Gallagher's team. Not to say Weber should like step down as captain. He's gonna stay captain. I think he should, obviously, as long as he's there. But it's Gallagher's team. It has been probably before Pacioretty was even named captain. Like, it's Gallagher's team. I think Gallagher deserves to be the captain, but the only way is to get rid of Shea Weber.
Do people ever get stripped of captain in the NHL? Yeah.
Joe Thornton got stripped of the captain. No, Patrick Marleau got stripped for Joe Thornton.
Damn.
Yeah.
I wonder how that conversation
And
goes.
Dustin Brown got stripped for Andrei Kopitar.
Remember when the Canucks made Luongo their
Luongo? Yeah.
now they can't. Now you can't do it.
legendary?
But he didn't even have a C on his jersey.
He had it on his helmet.
His mask.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Ah. Anyway,
Now it's a rule. You can't make your captain anymore. Right? Yeah.
I don't get that. Why?
And I think
think every team would
Carey
make-
Price would probably be captain if it was.
I think every
yeah.
team would make their goalie their captain.
Yeah. All right. That
Anyways.
wasn't too crazy.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna have to boost up the craziness a bit next time we do this. But you know what? Some people might have found our statements crazy.
Absolutely.
All right, let's move on to a segment we debuted a couple weeks ago and brought it back because we loved it and we love our fans. This segment is called You Ask and We Answer. So for those who don't know what this segment is, basically go follow us on Instagram at Nothing But Controversy. And either Saturday or Sunday nights, if we want to do this, we'll post a little Instagram question bar where you throw in a question and we'll talk about it. So this week we have 6 questions. One guy, you guys probably saw all these questions that I had, except for one guy who added a question very late.
Thank you, that
All right.
one guy.
All right. So first question. Sorry if I butcher your name to anyone who put their question in, but at Stetson Calicchio _. This is a great question.
Shout out to you.
Is it for certain that the Dallas Mavericks, won the Luka Doncic and Trae Young trade? He said it seems pretty even to him. Okay? Here's my answer. Don't get me wrong. Trae Young is a star and will dominate the league. But you will not be able to convince me that you could look into the next face of the league in Luka Doncic and say that this trade was even. Luka has everything and is already a top 7 or 8 player in the NBA.
Top 5.
I don't know if he's top 5, but he's going to be top 3 or top 2 in the next 2 to 3 years. And I don't see Trae Young reaching that high. Maybe top 10 in his career, but I don't think he's getting much more than that. I think if they went back today, no chance in hell do the Hawks give up Luka Doncic.
No.
First of all, he doesn't even make it past probably the first pick.
Probably. My answer to that is I don't give a shit if the Hawks even or the Mavs even threw in 3 first-round picks in the future. It's not even fucking worth it. Luka Doncic is that good. He's that much better than Trae Young, in my opinion. Point guards are great. Trae Young is great, but Luka Doncic is special.
Yeah, I was
So,
just
yeah,
gonna. I love
not
Trae
close.
Young. Like, don't get me wrong, I really do. But he's not touching Luka right now, and I don't think ever. So, yeah, no, the Mavs definitely won.
The trade was like Luka and they traded a first, 2 firsts to move up that 2 spots.
Yeah.
The player they picked the year after was Cam Reddish,
Which is not a bad pick.
It's not a bad pick, but Cam Reddish isn't good enough to close that gap
No.
between Luka and Trae Young to make that a fair deal, in my mind.
Now, if Cam Reddish came out and played like he did at Duke, then it might have been.
Then I'd probably might change my mind, but right now he hasn't played good enough to close that gap.
No.
All right, next question.
Great question.
Yeah, good question. Comes from at Beaver CB18.
Oh God.
Big Jacksonville Jaguars guy. And his question is, does Tim Tebow make the Jacksonville Jaguars roster in 2021? My answer, I think he has to. Everyone's buying jerseys, and even if he doesn't play all that much, like he's still going to be bringing in like great PR. People are going to be going to games just to see Tim Tebow again. And
or, the first overall pick.
And the Jags are a team that are going to need great PR. And it's also going to take a lot of pressure and a lot of attention away from a guy who's already under a lot of pressure, and Trevor Lawrence in needing to turn this team around, the greatest prospect we've seen in forever. Taking some, you know what, maybe Urban Meyer is thinking that way, thinking everyone's talking about T-Law, now everyone's going to be talking about Tebow. Like, who knows? Maybe that's smart. Maybe it's going to just brush some pressure off the shoulders of Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, no, I agree with you fully. I agree with you fully. I think he'll be on the opening day roster. I don't think he'll play, to be honest. I don't think he'll play at all, really. But he's going to be on the roster just for PR reasons.
Never know. He looked jacked in that photo that of him carrying the ball. He looked massive.
But the same thing could be said, like, about Michael Sam. Like, everyone thought, oh, Michael Sam's going to make this team because PR. And it's not like he went out and had a shit preseason. He had a good preseason too. So I don't know. But my vote as of right now is yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with yes too. Tyler Eifert's gone, right? He's out of Jacksonville, so they're not left with a lot of options at tight end. I don't think it's gonna take pressure off Trevor Lawrence at all. You're still the number 1 overall pick. All the pressure is still there. Attention, yeah, it'll take attention away for now, but I still think Tebow's there. I do still think Trevor Lawrence is the one selling tickets. So
Yeah, I think I think he's gonna make it. Obviously, I don't know how talented he is at tight end, but they're coming out with like a bunch of plays they want to run with him. They're saying like they want to make him Taysom 2.0. Like you don't just say a bunch of shit like that and then go ahead and cut a guy like that. Like obviously he's in the plan in that offense, and unless he either tears his ACL or something, or is just completely trash and drops like 50 balls in the preseason, I think in like training camp and shit, I think he's going to be there because you're building a playbook around, like you're building a part of your playbook around him.
Also, I don't know if you guys saw this, but like after it was announced that Tebow signed, the top 5 best-selling items on NFLShop.com were all Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
So imagine how many people bought Tim Tebow jerseys, and if he doesn't make the team, how much of an uproar there would be. Like, anyways, next question. This is the question that got added in last second. Comes from @Brassard.Felix. Guess he's a Bengals fan because he basically simply asked, how do you think the Bengals will do in 2021? My answer to this, okay? They will definitely not be as bad as they've been recently. I don't think they're going to suck whatsoever, especially with Joe Burrow coming back fully healthy because that guy's a stud. But I just think it's the wrong time for them because they're in the second most competitive division, in my opinion, in football. The Cleveland Browns probably should win that division. If they don't, it's going to be Baltimore. And then you have the Steelers there too. Like, it's just they're the worst. They're the worst team in a good division. And it sucks, but I don't see them winning more than 9 games. That's their ceiling for me.
Yeah.
I'd probably guess them. Yeah, 9 with the 17 games. 9 I think is like they'd go like what's that 9 and 8? 9 and 8. Yeah, 8 and 9, 9 and 8.
I think their ceiling's more like 7 wins.
Okay.
I think. Look, you get your guy back. Joe's back. He still didn't. Well, you protected him, but not with Panay Will. But they're gonna be good. I'm excited to see their offense at least. Like, it's gonna be a good offense. Like Joe Mixon is a running back everyone seems to take in fantasy, and he disappoints them every single year. But he's a good running back. Good receiving core. Improved O-line. Healthy Joe Burrow with a knee brace. Okay defense. We'll see.
yeah, to me the only thing that stands out as like a bad move for them. Well, look, you're either on one side or the other with the Sewell thing, but to me you lose Carl Lawson and sign Trey Hendrickson to a pretty monster deal. I don't know if that's an upgrade. Based on last year, that would be an upgrade. Going forward, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that hurts them at all. But like you said, Matt, I see 8, 9 wins. You know, in their division, they'll probably drop 4 out of 6 this year. I think they could easily beat the Steelers twice.
I think they could pick one up on the Steelers.
Not
and the
easily.
Ravens,
Maybe I shouldn't. Easily is not the right word. But yeah, I think they can maybe split their divisional games. But 2 and 4 is probably the most likely.
I agree.
I mean, I don't really see that much improvement. They didn't really help their defense much. They didn't help Joe Burrow, except unless you want to say Jamar Chase helps him. But if you can't stand
I think
up,
Jamar Chase definitely helps.
he does.
him,
But if you can't stand up and throw the ball, I don't think Jamar Chase does anything. I think they're at max a 6-win team, and they're going to be drafting in the top 10 again. And there's a lot of good O-line in this draft, so better hope they don't take another wide receiver. Better hope they don't take another wide receiver next year in the first round.
Listen, I think six wins as their max is a little bit unfair, but but it's fine. You think they're gonna go 6-11?
I
They're
do.
gonna have 11 losses.
They have by far the worst defense in a high offensive division.
Like they could like realistically they could very easily go 0-6 in their divisional games.
100%.
Not very easily. Like the Steelers aren't that good.
I think
But
there's
they're-
more chance of them not going without a like divisional
Yeah.
matchups are always harder. It's not like
I don't think they're beating the Browns. I don't think they're beating the Ravens. And at best, to me, they're splitting with the Steelers.
well, you never know.
I don't know.
man.
I think you definitely steal one other game. Like
We'll see.
to me,
Yeah. Anyways,
Felix, pick a better team. Why are you a Bengals fan?
hey, you know what? Listen, if you're a Bengals fan now,
Respect.
that's the respect.
You know
Anyway,
who else is a Bengals fan?
Brandon Gallagher,
Yes, sir.
not know that. All
so
right.
random.
big Bengals guy.
Next
Yeah.
question comes from at Lorenzo.B99. His question was originally, what will Shaner do if the Habs win Game 7? I kind of just modified it to, what did Shaner do when the Habs won Game 7?
I mean, I don't know. I was just watching, and it wasn't really a stressful game, seeing how they were up 2 goals halfway through the game. Pretty much just watched them shake hands and then watch basketball for the rest of the night. But I did promise Lorenzo a Super Shaner at his house. So next time I'm at Lorenzo's house, we'll try and get it on camera.
For those who don't know what a Super Shaner is, whether there's a cape, a towel, a flag around, he will wrap it around his neck, run fully clothed, head first into the water.
Any water.
Any water, doesn't matter.
Could be middle of the night up north. It does not
Could
matter.
be like minus 30. I promise.
Could be the 18th hole of Augusta National, and he jumps into the fucking fountain.
Doesn't matter where I am.
All right. Next question comes from our boy who joined us last week, Mr. at Sam Bird _88, host of Pressbox Chatter. And his question is also for Mr. Shaner O'Donnell.
What the fuck?
And the question is, does Shaner still think that Austin Matthews is better than Nathan McKinnon? Hashtag chicken breast.
At this point, I think we should change the name of the segment to Shane Answers instead of We Answer.
You know, when we make it big, Shane is gonna get this crazy cult following. Like, it's gonna be insane. Like, he's gonna have all these fucking fans, all these girls obsessed with him. I'm gonna be so jealous.
But
We're all
look,
gonna make chicken breast 24/7.
Yeah.
oh, sounds good to me. But look, playoffs don't change anything to me. There are playoff performers.
Why wouldn't playoffs?
It's questions for me. Shut the fuck up.
Whoa.
There are playoff performers, and there are people that crack under the pressure. Okay, so I'll just put that out there. McKinnon has always been a very good playoff performer, but McKinnon outplayed McDavid. Is McKinnon better than McDavid?
Yes. Oh wait, no. Sorry. I misunderstood the
in
question.
In 4 games, McKinnon had 9 points. In 4 games, McDavid had 4. Is McKinnon better than McDavid?
No.
Thank you. So my answer does not change. Pushes the needle closer. I'll give it to you. But right now, let me see what happens next year in a full 82-game schedule. And if my answer changes, you guys will be the first one to know. But one playoff series does not change my mind.
Yeah, let's just compare their stats in the second round too.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Nathan McKinnon already has more goals in Game 1 than Austin Matthews had in the whole series. So
Also, just for those people that ever said that I didn't think Matt McKinnon was good, I never said that. I said he was more electric than Austin Matthews was. I said he was more fun to watch. I just prefer Matthews as a player.
Shane went viral on TikTok. Shane has fucking
that was
haters.
crazy.
As much as Shane is gonna have his fan club, Shane has haters.
You know what? I live for it.
Well,
Shane has
15,000
a hater right here when he says nonsense like that. All right, last question.
7 games is not going to change my opinion on a player.
Not a sports question.
Ooh.
This comes from at Zach Hot. Hottie? Hot?
Hot.
Hot?
Hottie.
Hottie. All right. Zach, you are a hottie. Question. What is your favorite slush puppy flavor?
Oh, easy.
So easy.
So easy.
I hope we have the same answer.
We do. 3, 2, 1. Blue
Cherry.
raspberry.
What?
I agree, Dawson. I agree.
Cherry.
Matt, I'm riding with you on this one, buddy.
I'm
Go.
with Dawson.
Cherry all day, every day.
You know what though? Like the mix of both is just the best. So
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Huge cherry guy.
Wow.
I'm a big
Matt,
cherry
It's always
guy.
been. It's always been.
Damn.
Yeah.
the only
Anyway,
thing that
question.
fucks me up with those is like it just changes the color of your mouth completely, and like I
Yeah.
just hate that. I really hate that.
Matt, I am shocked.
I knew you guys were going separate
Me
ways. There was
too.
too
Me
much hype
too.
around
I
it.
knew
There
it was
too much-
between those two also. Like there's no. Does anyone get anything else? Like there's like a green apple one.
I could see that being good, but
Bro, I
it's
went
not-
the other day. Apparently, there's like a mystery flavor. I was like, "What the hell is this? Why would
No
you even
thanks.
try that?"
It's the fucking Couche-Tard employee like dipping his nuts in the stuff.
nah. Couche-Tard has slosh.
That
Oh,
got
slosh.
That got dark really quick.
Yeah.
I honestly, I wasn't
Oh,
ready
man.
for that.
Speaking of slush, I haven't had a slush in a minute.
That's what I was gonna say. Never. Okay, ice cap or slush?
Ice cap. Any
Ice
day of the
cap.
week.
100%.
Any
Okay.
day of the
Ice
week.
cap or iced coffee?
Ice cap.
Ice
Any day of
Depends.
the week.
Ice cap.
Depends.
Iced coffee.
To have every day iced coffee as like a one-time thing, ice cap.
Yeah, yeah. Like, is it? What's a better drink? The
Ice cap.
Ice cap is a
Ice
better
cap.
drink for sure. To me.
I feel like I just get the iced coffee way more.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, me too.
Right.
100%.
All right. Thanks for your questions. Those were great. I had a good time. Now we're going to move on to the most competitive segment we have to offer. Segment that will be hosted by Mr. Dawson Spooner. NBC Trivia.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a trip back with me to the 2010s. Barack Obama is president. We're all still playing sports. That's about it. That's about all I
Drinking
got.
good all the time.
The theme of today's trivia is the 2010s. Okay, so from 2010 to 2020 and everything in between.
That's my kind of trivia.
That is your kind of trivia. Okay, the questions are the exact same across all sports. Okay, it's going to be the leaders in certain stat categories in the 2010s. All right, I personally think someone is going 9 for 9 today.
It was
I
not
really
me.
do.
Probably.
I really do.
Favorite is.
Shane is a stat guy. Shane is my number one competitor, so I got to ride with him. But I genuinely think you all have a good chance today. to
Inner
go 9 for
opens
9.
at minus 500.
Yeah.
Higher?
What's a bigger lock, Floyd Mayweather or me?
You.
Shane.
Just because I don't trust any Paul fight.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to start with the NHL. Between 2010 and 2020, in the 2010s, who is the NHL leader in goals?
Fuck, I mean, is it that obvious?
It is. 3, 2, 1, lift them. Ovi. The correct answer is Alex Ovechkin with 439 in the 2010s.
Let's go.
Okay, so we each get a point there. We're going to start off easy. All right. The NHL ones are pretty easy. In the 2010s, which goalie has the most wins? It's between like 2 or 3 guys.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Who's been in the league? You know what?
I'm very confident in this one.
I think I'm sure you are.
I'm not.
I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds from here on out. Or do you all have your answers? Cam, are you ready to go?
Give me 2 seconds.
You got
Now
it.
that I have time to think, I
3,
don't think I'm that confident.
2, 1,
Yeah, I'm not
flip
that
them.
confident either.
So,
Go.
No way.
everyone has Marc-Andre Fleury.
I-
And the correct
No.
answer is Marc-Andre Fleury.
No way.
You know what?
Three-
I was so
328 wins.
Almost put
I was-
Carey Price.
I
I was
was
gonna
so
put Price.
close to putting Price.
All right.
So close.
Last question of the
Almost put
NHL
Corey
round.
Crawford,
It is
too.
all tied up at 2. Good job, gentlemen.
Trust.
In the 2010s, who is the all-time, or not the all-time, in the 2010s, who is the assist leader?
Oh.
I don't know this.
I'm 100% wrong.
Put up a guess, gentlemen.
I have 2 people in my head right now.
I'm not
Cam,
sure.
are you ready?
Yeah, I'm good.
3, 2, 1, flip them. Crosby,
Oh my
Crosby,
God.
Crosby.
This is crazy, boys.
Wait.
This is crazy.
I have a second person in my head. If it's him, I'm gonna cry.
The correct answer. Shane, do you want to tell me who it is?
Joe Thornton.
Incorrect.
Okay.
The
good.
correct answer. Nick Backstrom.
Oh, wow. I
Wow.
can't believe I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Ovechkin
I can't
has the
believe
most
it. I would
goals.
have never got that.
No, but
Yeah.
Ovechkin, he
Didn't
always
even
has a
cross
crazy
my mind.
amount.
All right, gentlemen. After round 1 of the NHL, we are all tied up at 2 apiece.
Well, no one's going 9 for 9.
Let's jump into the NBA.
This is where shit goes downhill.
In the 2010s, who is the assist leader? So the exact same question, just NBA now.
Gotta be this guy. Gotta be.
I don't know.
I have zero idea.
You don't want to put anything down?
No, I am.
Oh, okay.
I have one, but I'm not.
All right,
confident.
boys, flip them.
Gotta be this guy.
Chris Paul, CP3,
wow.
CP3.
I'm not that bad.
Wow, this is
Gotta be.
crazy.
This is LeBron. I'm gonna be pissed.
The correct answer,
It's gotta be Chris Paul.
Russell Westbrook.
Oh fuck! Why did I? That's so obvious. Oh, that's so obvious.
The score remains tied at 2. We have not had a differentiating answer this entire time.
Before we move on, this has by far been the most fun I've had in trivia.
Yeah. This is crazy.
Right now.
All right. As I said, the score is tied up at 2 apiece through 4 questions.
You know what? I'm not even mad. I picked CP3.
It was a very good guess. You know,
Yeah.
I was also even going to say, hint, it's not Chris Paul.
I probably I just why
In the
I would've said
2010s, which NBA franchise has the most wins?
This is so hard.
Oh, I don't even.
I think Matt's
wait,
confident with his
wait, wait.
answer.
I'm not
Wait.
confident.
Yeah, take your time, Shane.
I'm not
I just want a
confident at all.
different team.
I definitely
here on
just
all your-
changed my answer to the wrong answer, and I'm gonna be pissed.
All right. Are we ready?
No, give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're good.
This is a shot in the dark. Honestly.
This one I knew.
This is
Yeah,
a
that's all.
calculated.
I guessed it before I looked it up and I got it right.
This is a
I'm not sure if I
calculated-
went like bad.
All right,
with
boys.
it.
3, 2, 1, flip them. Celtics, Spurs, Golden State Warriors.
Fuck,
Bro,
the
I had
Spurs
the
are a
Warriors
good
and I
answer.
changed it.
Spurs a
The
good answer.
correct answer with 559 wins in
I
the
was gonna put
2010s.
Spurs too.
San Antonio Spurs.
Good
I
answer.
had Golden State and I crossed it out.
Great answer, Shane. And
I
Shane,
was
just like
between
that,
San
takes the
Antonio.
lead.
Oh man.
You guys,
Oh.
Cam and Matt, I think you guys need to do something here because I think we'll go 3 for 3 in the NFL.
Oh, I am fired up right now, boys.
In the
Good shit,
2010s,
Junior.
which NBA player had the most blocks? Blocks.
This one hurts me to put down.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that before you even said that.
This one hurts me.
This is probably not going to be right.
Are we good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, flip. Shane has Rudy Gobert. Cam has Rudy Gobert. And Matt has Dwight Howard.
I hope I'm wrong.
Gentlemen, as the founding members of the Serge Ibaka fan club, I'm very disappointed none of you got this.
I'm
The
not a
correct
founding member of
answer.
That is shocking.
Is Serge Ibaka with 1,626 blocks in 10 years.
I'm shook.
Serge, I'm so sorry.
Man.
I am so sorry that I did not know that.
After round 2, the NBA portion of trivia, the score is Matt 2, Cam 2, Shane 3.
Oh yeah, it's true. I went over
Yeah.
3. Fuck.
Yeah. Gentlemen, let's jump to the NFL.
I'm nervous.
In the 2010s, which player threw for the most touchdowns?
Oh man.
This is between 3 guys for me now. Like, this is just a complete shot in the dark.
I got two guys in my head, and I don't know if it's him.
Let me know when you guys are good.
Good.
Matt? 3, 2, 1, flip them.
It's either Breeze, Peyton, or Manning.
The correct answer. Sorry, Matt has
Peyton.
Drew Brees. Shane has Tom Brady. And Cam also has Tom Brady.
Me, it was Brady.
The correct answer. Bet on your team, ladies and gentlemen. Drew Brees. Matt ties her up.
It was between Brady and Breeze for me.
After 7 questions, the score is Matt 3, Shane 3, tied at the top, Cam 2. Still plenty of time to come back
I'm out.
and force an overtime. You're not out. You're not out, Cam. Just do some thinking. In the 2010s, who has the most rushing touchdowns? The 2010s. We were 9 years old. 10 years old. Some of you were 10, some of you were 11, some of you were 12.
First name that came to my mind. I have
Matt's
two
got
guys.
it. I know Matt has it.
I have 2 guys, and I couldn't
I
tell
know
you.
this is wrong, but he's the first guy that came to my head.
Are we good to go? We good to flip?
No.
All right.
I'm lost here. I'm really
I know
lost.
this is wrong. I know I just lost.
Yeah, if I think of a guy, I gotta put him down. I can't fucking waver. Or I'm gonna change. It's gonna be wrong. So I just
You
gotta.
know
wait.
what? I can't even think of a good name, so I just want to give my respect to someone here.
I know who you're giving your respect to.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, flip. Cam definitely has Shady. Oh, Frank Gore.
That's who I had as my second.
Oh,
Frank
man.
Gore, Adrian Peterson,
It's got to be
It's
AP.
lost,
It's
baby.
definitely got to be AP.
It's gone.
Matthew Campbell. Are you ready to host trivia again? It's getting close. The correct answer is Adrian Peterson with 71 rushing touchdowns. Number 2 on that list,
And Gore?
LaShawn McCoy with 69 rushing
I
touchdowns.
thought that's who you're gonna put down, Cam.
No.
Just like that, Matt takes a lead. 4 for Matt, 3 for Shane, 2 for Cam. Shane, in the 2010s, which player has the most receiving touchdowns? Which player has the most receiving touchdowns?
Matthew Campbell, congratulations on your win, buddy.
Write something down, Shane. You never know.
I did. But it's 100% wrong.
Mine's completely wrong too. So
Yeah, me too.
Boys.
let me think. Can I think for a second?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take some
Oh,
time here.
man.
In the meanwhile, I'm going to go to some of my reserve questions just to see if you guys are interested.
The longer he thinks, the more stressed I get.
What's Kobe Bryant's middle name?
Bean.
Okay, good. That's it for the reserve questions. Are we ready to lift our papers?
Yes.
No.
Yes. There should be a time frame here.
Yeah, I think it's ready to lift in 5 seconds.
Okay, whatever.
Write something down.
The wrong answer, but
3, 2, 1, lift them.
I was going to put Gronk too.
So
Oh, there's no
Cam
way.
has Julio Jones.
No way it's Randy Moss.
Matt,
It's
Shane
not.
has Randy
No
Moss.
way it's Randy
And
Moss.
Matt has Rob
It's
Gronkowski.
not. He just came to
Matt, start prepping your questions. The correct answer is Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, what? Actually,
That was
with
my first
79
name. That was the
touchdowns.
first name I thought of.
Yeah.
That I was
Dude,
like, fuck
dude,
that.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Hey, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the 2010 edition of the Nothing But Controversy Trivia Challenge. Your winner, Matthew Campbell, by a score of Matt 5, Shane 3, Cam 2. So much for me saying you guys could go 9 for 9.
Wow.
That does it.
That was quite the performance on my part. I got to be honest.
Absolutely.
Rob Gronkowski, I thought I was completely wrong. Wow, good on you,
Shane,
Matthew.
are you okay?
Good
Is
on
this
you.
how the
man.
Leafs felt after they blew their lead?
Yeah. It is.
All
All right,
boys.
Well, I prepped 1 extra question or 2 extra questions. I just want
Boys,
to ask for fun.
I joined the winner's circle. I'm happy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Your first
Fine.
win?
That's my first win. I should have
Oh
won.
wow! Congratulations!
Should have fucking blew it. I blew it. So
Wow. All right, let's move on.
all right.
Get out of here.
Let's go to everyone's favorite segment, and that is top 5. All right. Welcome back to episode 25. And we are now in top 5. This week, we are doing top 5, I guess, NCAA colleges that you would like to play football at. I guess I just put in NCAA, so if you put a Canadian university, I'm sorry.
Fuck.
Number
I wanted to
5.
go to Mount Allison.
Number 5. Don't know why. Oregon.
What do you mean, don't know why?
Super sick jerseys.
Yeah.
Great atmosphere. Portland's kind of weird, but I don't even know if Oregon's in. Is it in Portland?
It's in Eugene. Well, their stadium's in Eugene. I don't know where the university is.
Whatever. I'd like to go see a couple Portland Trailblazers game. Why not? Number 4, Penn State. A lot of history there.
A lot of history.
Number 2, a large
That's fucked up, Dawson.
That's fucked up. Number 2, a largest stadium in the world.
Not true.
Number 2, no? Number 1's Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, you said number 2?
Yeah. What,
Oh,
did I
I
say
thought
number
you said
1?
number 1. Yeah.
No, I said number 2.
Sorry, boss.
Anyways, number 3, I would have put Michigan down for the same reason, but I have Michigan State. Always loved their football team. I would love to play football there. They're my favorite basketball team in the NCAA. They always disappoint me, though. But anyways, number 2, USC. Southern California. My boy Reggie Bush, who made me fall in love with the Saints, went there. Just an unbelievable school. And number 1, do we even really need a list for this? Alabama. You want to go win a championship? Commit to Alabama. You want to get coached by the best coaches? Go to Alabama. You want to compete against the best players in the country? Go to Alabama. Alabama, number 1, easy choice. Dawson, you're next.
If you get caught looking at your cousin at the family cookout, go to Alabama.
Number 5, LSU. I've expressed my hatred for the city of New Orleans before just because I went there and I didn't have a good time. But I feel like if you are a Tiger and you are in New Orleans, it's probably the time of your fucking life. So LSU at 5. Number 4, if I'm going to play ball in college, I want to win a national championship, at least one. So I'm going to go to Bama just to win a national championship. Number 3, my dogs, Washington. It's a cool state too, but that's my boys. Number 2, USC. Bring me to Cali. And number 1, the U. Sorry, Shane. But just the fucking teams that the U had in the 90s, early 2000s, like, just fucking.
Sheesh.
Yeah. Sorry, Shane.
Oh, you. Oh, my God. Welcome to school. Oh, man. That is bad. Oh, who the fuck wants to go to Miami?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Miami sucks. Terrible city.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to give my honorable mention to the Iowa Hawkeyes. Really tried to fit them in. 6-8. Sick pregame, sick home pregame ritual with the kids in the hospital, and the crowd goes absolutely bananas. So, find that sick. Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, I had to leave them out. So, at number 5, I have USC. USC, a lot of culture, obviously. I like the unis. The stadium's sick.
Did you say USC or UFC?
I said UFC at first.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I don't know what UFC is.
I don't know. That's why I asked.
UCF maybe. Yeah, I meant schools. Like, all right. Number 4, LSU. Like Dawson said, man, Death Valley.
Yeah,
shit's nuts. The uniforms are like, I don't know. I like purple and yellow. I just like the combo.
Yeah.
And the atmosphere is sick. And number 3, I have Notre Dame. Just like, I don't know. To me, that's culture. Like, I don't know. That's just something I want to be a part of. Again, sick uniforms, a lot of history. And number 2,
choking in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, getting blown out by Bama is not choking. Like
they always choke in big games. Let's be honest.
Anyways.
All right. I don't want to go there to choke in big playoffs. Like, if that wasn't obvious, but in case it wasn't, that's not why I chose it. At number one, Michigan, biggest fucking stadium, best facilities. Like I watch YouTube video. I watched this one
I
guy.
didn't hear a number 2.
Wait,
I
what's
think
number
you get
2?
number 2.
No, I said Oklahoma. Oh,
You
I
did.
did. All right, number 2, Oklahoma. That's my favorite team. I gotta ride by them.
Yeah.
Nothing else to say. Good culture too now.
This guy just assumed we knew that he was gonna pick OU.
I mean, if it wasn't 1, like I knew it was 2 at least.
Yeah, and they're with Jordan too. And then
Yeah.
number 1, Michigan, biggest stadium. The crowd goes crazy. I watched this guy on YouTube who's like been touring all the college football facilities.
Yeah, I've seen that too. What's
Michigan,
his name
like
again?
Koiski now.
Yeah.
But Michigan now, like their facilities are absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like so, yeah, Michigan's number 1 for me.
Still a little upset that Miami was on one of your lists. But at 5, I'm also putting Oklahoma. I don't know why, but growing up, I was like the biggest Sam Bradford fan ever. I don't even know why. He was nasty at Oklahoma. And then he got to the league, and I don't know what happened. At 4, I put Ohio State. Like, I don't think I've ever seen them be a bad team. Like, from the top of my head, I can't remember the last time they were shit. So they're always in contention. So I'm gonna go there. At 3, this one's not really about football. This one's kind of like the party side of me, but you can still play football. I'm putting Florida State. I don't care about, like, if I'm going there, I don't care about winning games. I'm just there to absolutely get destroyed after games, win or lose.
University of Arizona.
Number 2 of the Florida Gators, my boys. You will never hear me say a bad thing about the Florida Gators. They re-signed my boy Dan Mullen. So that's a little 3-year extension today. I was through the roof. Number 1, we've talked about this question before. It's been number 1 every time we've talked about it. It's Notre Dame. Somewhere I wanted to go growing up. And like Cam said, the culture and shit, and probably the biggest fan base, or one of the biggest fan bases in all of college football.
Can't argue that.
All right.
That's just not in.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to the last segment of the day. Our locks for the week in terms of betting. This week, I mean, listen, I'm gonna keep betting on the Habs until I can't anymore, right? So they've given us a beauty opportunity to bet on him. So my lock of the week is Nick Suzuki, anytime point scorer in Game 2, which is on Friday.
Game 2. Okay, well, if you're listening to this episode on the day it came out, the Habs are playing in about 2 hours. The Habs will beat the Winnipeg Jets in Game 1. Lock her in.
Thanks
That
for
is
the
a
Carey Price
lock.
shutout, eh?
That is
that'll to go with the Carey Price shutout. Yeah.
That is a lock. All right. Another game that's gonna be a few hours after the draw. Watched them last night. Good game, but Memphis right now is not on Utah's level.
No.
I'm surprised Utah even dropped the game. Dylan Brooks is absolutely balling though, so shout out to the Canadian. But Utah's gonna close out the series on Wednesday night. That's a lock.
All right. If me and Dawson have our way, the Montreal Canadiens will have a 2-0 series lead because I'm taking them for Game 2.
Bang. Bang.
All right. Well, listen, that does it for our 25th episode.
God damn.
I'd just like to take time to thank all of our devoted fans who listen every week. We enjoy talking sports. We enjoy giving our opinions for you, causing the controversy. So, yeah, we made it to the quarter-century mark. Can't wait to see you at the century mark. And with that being said, if you've made it this far, give this video a like, a subscribe. Maybe even give it a little share. And Shaner over there will give you a nice little peck.
Let's see it, Shane. Come on. Come to the camera. Come on. Come
He
on.
blushed. He blushed.
Aw.